Hi, Brother Johnson. We are here to present our project. We have to explain about a possible commercial relationship with Brazil.
In this section, with a bar chart to show the difference, I'll compare Brazil and US using a offset 6 cultural dimensions. I would choose to talk about individualism and then a long-term orientation. With the individualism, the US ranks higher. Americans value independence and personal goals, whilst Brazilians focus more on group loyalty and teamwork. And with the long-term orientation, Brazil's lean towards short-term thinking, valuing tradition and quick results, whilst the US is bit more future-focused, but still values immediate outcome. Both countries scored high in indulgence, meaning they enjoy life and having fun.
Hello everyone, my name is Yukenzi Augustine. I'll be presenting section 3 and 4, communication, scheduling, culture, and negotiation strategies in Brazil. First, Brazil is a high context culture where communications relies on non-verbal cues like tone and body language. When giving feedback, Brazilians tend to be indirect, using polite language, avoiding embarrassment. In terms of disagreement, Brazilians are non-confrontational. They may silent or use subtle gestures to show disagreement. Understanding this will help avoid miscommunication. Lastly, Brazil has a flexible approach to time. Meetings often start late and go off topic. For negotiation style, trust and relationship building are essential in Brazil. Business decisions are made by top executives, so showing respect for hierarchy is critical. Brazilians avoid direct confrontation, as I said earlier, and value emotional connection. To succeed, take time to build trust, be observant of indirect cues, and show flexibility.
So this slide presents an overview of Brazil's government structure and the current political landscape impacting its business environment. So Brazil is a democratic federative republic with a presidential system. So it means that president serves as both head of the state and government. So as of now, President Luis Inacio Lula da Silva leads the country, having returned to office in 2023. He works alongside a bicameral legislature and an independent judiciary. Under his leadership, Brazil is navigating US-Brazil trade tensions, strategic pivot towards stronger ties with China, particularly in trade and infrastructure through the BRICS alliance. Domestically, Lula is prioritizing fiscal reforms aimed at simplifying the tax system and managing public debt. While the economic outlook faces challenges such as inflation and credit constraints, sectors like agriculture and renewable energy offer strong potential.
So I would love to touch sides on Brazil Economic Freedom Index. This is in relation to each sector or each section in which we'll be covering based on a global analysis. Now, while Brazil has a huge market, it is classified as unfree and unfair economic. This is due to integrity of the government, or rather a lack of it. And property rights are a significant concern. On the flip side, Brazil has made some progress in business and labor freedom. This means that the process of starting up might get easier, and we could have more flexibility in managing our workforce. Now, regulatory environment, to just outline some of the businesses' concern, the bureaucratic process is very uncertain. Paying taxes. The concern Brazil has an extremely complex, fragmented tax system with taxes at all three levels of government, varying rates, and a high overall tax burden. For the contract enforcement. The concerns that we have, this would be litigation can be very lengthy. Contracts require specific formalities, including Portuguese versions and other licensing.
For the free trade agreements and the import tariffs, Brazil's average most favored nation, or MFN tariff, is at 12.2%, which is significantly higher than the global average of 8.8%. This means that in accordance with the World Trade Organization rules, any lower tariffs Brazil offers to one trading partner, Brazil must generally offer it to all other trading partners. Yet, Brazil's overall MFN rates remain elevated, reflecting a deliberate strategy to protect its domestic industries and markets from foreign competition. Now, Brazil's trade policy is strongly shaped by Mercosur. Mercosur is a South American trade bloc that was formed in 1991. And the full members of Mercosur include Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay. Mercosur is a customs union, and this eliminates internal tariffs and applies a unified export tariffs to goods. Currently, it's actively expanding its global ties, including a recent landmark agreement with the EU in 2024.
In this section, foreign direct investment, I have covered 3 areas. The first area is incentives, or I can say benefits, Brazil offers to foreign investors, restrictions, and recommendations for firms that need to invest in Brazil. Brazil has both foreign and domestic companies. The major country which has invested a lot in Brazil is USA. The benefit of investing in Brazil is that Brazil grants tax benefits to its free trade zones. Brazil has free trade zones which were put in place in order to attract foreign investors. Foreign firms can partner with domestic partners. I mean domestic companies. Brazil has a state bank which offers financial support to foreign investors who want to invest in Brazil. Restrictions. Government of Brazil restrict foreign investors in health industry, mass media, telecommunications, aerospace, rural property, and insurance sector. There are other areas, or I can say processors, foreign investors need to partner with domestic companies for them to be allowed to invest in Brazil.
Brazil's economy grew by 3.4% in 2024, driven by strong consumption, a solid labor market, and gains in services and agriculture. But sustaining momentum will require more reforms, and especially in farming, also to boost productivity, innovation, education, and resilience. Inflation rates in Brazil peaked to 13% in 2021, and then fell to 4.4% in 2024. GDP, PPP per capita, which measures a country's prosperity, sits at 85% of the global average. And GNI per capita reached $21,650 US dollars, indicating improving living standards, though there is room for growth. Interest rates dropped significantly to 40.2% in 2024, but remain elevated due to risk premiums and financial uncertainty, yet banking lending holds firm. The Brazilian real lira, which is their current, weakened to 6.18 against the US dollar in 2024 due to lower domestic interest rates and revised fiscal targets and global uncertainties like the US election and also China's slowdown.
All that my classmates have shared with you today, we have the chance to choose 3 probably products that we can trade with Brazil. The first one is called BioLuz or BioLuz, and the second one is Healthy Way, and the third one is Philippine Dry Mango. So now we are going to share each of the products.
So my product is BioLuz, an ultraviolet water sanitation jug designed for Brazilian homes. Brazil, despite its vast water resources, has around 35 million Brazilians who lack consistent access to safe drinkable water. This leads to over 130,000 hospitalizations annually. Traditional filters often miss tiny viruses, and sewage contaminant is rampant, with nearly half of all wastewater going directly into untreated waterways. My product Viluz directly targets the underserved markets of household and communities, especially in remote areas and favelas, where basic water infrastructure is non existent and unreliable. It offers a superior solution to just filtering, as UV light kills 99.9% of bacteria and viruses, providing chemical free, instantaneous purification right in your home. The product's design as a jug fits seamlessly into daily household routines, unlike complex installations. My focus is on making clean water accessible and easy to integrate into the Brazilian home, fostering a sense of security and improved quality of life. Viluz isn't just a product, it's a step towards healthier, more secure homes across Brazil.
Well, now my product is called Healthy Wife. The purpose of launch this line of healthy frozen meals, which will be inspired by Brazil cuisine of each region, and we are trying to focus in the people on the household people that need to eat in a healthy way that they are doing right now. So the first problem that we met is that the people doesn't have the time to cook in their own home. So they go to a supermarket or whatever other market to buy something, and that something is not the healthy option doing by professionals. And we are going to offer this in some markets as another option instead of consuming unhealthy products.
Okay, so I'm introducing Philippine dried mangoes, a world-class tropical fruit snack that brings both exceptional flavor and nutritional value. So Philippine mangoes, particularly the Carabao variety, are internationally celebrated for their natural sweetness, vibrant color, and soft texture, making them ideal for dried fruit products. In Brazil, although fresh fruits are widely available, and there are existing dried fruits options. The segment for premium quality dried tropical fruit snacks is still emerging. Qualities that health conscious consumers are increasingly seeking. This presents a clear unmet need, especially among the growing number of health conscious consumers, busy professionals, and even those exploring plant based diets. Our product offers a natural preservative free snack made from 100% real mangoes, sourced and processed in the Philippines using minimal ingredients. It delivers a satisfying sweetness without added sugars, and it's rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, a perfect guilt-free treat. Beyond health, we also bring a taste of Filipino culture to the Brazilian market, something fresh, exotic, and new. Our mangoes offer a premium snacking experience that sets us apart from generic fruit snacks or sugar-laden alternatives. With increasing demand in Brazil for clean label, nutritious, and globally inspired products, our dried mangoes are not just a snack. They are a delicious solution to an underserved market with a strong edge in authenticity, flavor, and wellness appeal.
Thank you so much for listening.